pensé que estaba legal y me sacaron, no me han dejado ver un juez, no he tenido una fianza, nada, no me han dejado, me quitaron todos mis derechos y hoy me sacaron, me dijeron que voy a ser deportado, aquí tengo también el papel, que me dice que voy a ser deportado y nada, solo nos dijeron eso, acusándonos de delito, que yo nunca he tenido un delito ni aquí ni en mi país y nada, solo nos dijeron eso. Ahí se alcanzó a ver el papel un poquito.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Jonathan Alexander Betancourt, de nacionalidad venezolana. Entré en Estados Unidos hace 1 año y 4 meses, el 4 de noviembre del 2023. Y hoy, 18 de abril del 2025, nos retuvieron aquí en el centro de detención Luponi y nos pusieron una orden de deportación. No sabemos para dónde, simplemente por unos tatuajes. No nos va a hacer terroristas, simplemente soy barbero y estoy retenido aquí con 30 venezolanos. Nos están sacando bajo la ley de enemigos extranjeros, nos están culpando que somos del Tren de Aragua y no somos del Tren de Aragua, somos padres de familia. Y necesitamos que nos ayuden, que este video llegue a miles de personas, que se haga viral, y somos inocentes. Somos barberos, padres de familia, gente que no tiene vínculo con esta organización. Simplemente por un tatuaje nos están juzgando. Este papel nos entregaron hoy, 18 de abril. Oren por nosotros, la verdad estamos un poco asustados, no sabemos qué va a pasar con nosotros, hagan este video.
The government tried to rush individuals out of the country where they could have ended up in a brutal Salvadoran prison, potentially for the rest of their lives. The Supreme Court at 1 a.m. put a pause on that, allowed the government to file another brief. The government's now filed the brief, we'll file a reply, and then we'll see what the Supreme Court does. We're hoping they keep the pause in place, otherwise these men will have been removed without any due process to a place where they could face torture or worse. The administration's claim that 24 hours notice based on a form in English that doesn't even tell people how they can contest the removal, much less tell them they have the right to do it, is completely inconsistent with the Supreme Court's directive that individuals are entitled to meaningful notice and notice sufficient to allow them to contest their removal in court. Whatever the notice turns out to be, whatever the courts ultimately decide is the proper amount of notice, under no conceivable interpretation of the Supreme Court's ruling can 24 hours based on an English form be sufficient. We have asked for 30 days notice because that's what Germans during World War II received the last time the Alien Enemies Act was used. We'll see what the courts ultimately decide on. But right now, the government is giving 24 hours or less notice with an English form that doesn't even tell people that they have the right to contest their designation. Whatever the courts ultimately decide, the government's current proposal can absolutely not stand. The ACLU has filed habeas petitions all over the country to protect people. But the reason why it is so critical that we have relief for the Bluebonnet facility is because that's where the government is bringing Venezuelan men from all over the country, staging them there to remove them all at once. So the court's order applies to the Bluebonnet facility, but the Bluebonnet facility now is the center of everything. So we have heard from some people, but not everybody. We're now back at the Bluebonnet facility, that they were taken away on buses and were close to being sent to El Salvador, but for these court proceedings. People are very, very nervous to the extent they understand what's happening.
Hola, soy de nacionalidad venezolana y nos encontramos en el centro de detención Luboni. Estamos aquí un poco desesperados, no sabemos qué va a pasar, pero tenemos la fe en Dios que vamos para Venezuela. Dios meta su mano, ojalá que sí.
If we had waited any longer, people might now be sitting in El Salvador. And as everyone knows at this point, the United States has said we will not get people out of El Salvador, even if it's been a mistaken removal. So we could not actually wait any longer. The buses were pulling out of the facility on their way to the airport.
Para que se haga justicia y este video llega a millones de personas que no somos ninguno delincuente por tener un tatuaje. Yo soy barbero, hay padres de familia, gente que no tiene delito y necesitamos su ayuda.
So our challenge is fundamentally to whether the Alien Enemies Act, a wartime authority, can be used during peacetime against a criminal organization as opposed to a foreign government that's attacking us. But in addition, we need notice so that people have the right to actually bring those claims. And the government has not provided that notice. That's what the issue is in the Supreme Court at this point, is does the government have to provide people with meaningful notice so they actually can get into court and contest not only the use of the Alien Enemies Act in general, but whether their gang members fall within the proclamation themselves.